Personal opinion though, I feel like this app can give you up to like 2 extra years out of the battery on your MacBook. That is real. Like it or not, this is one of those videos that exactly what the title is. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have a MacBook, but you are still missing something. The lack of apps on the default macOS App Store and the lack of customization options, therefore lack of customization tools. Or you're just like me and you want your Mac and your devices to be able to do stuff that other people and their boring devices can't relate to. Luckily, you have the next best thing. A crazy scientist that is not afraid to break every rule in the book. The first app is a media player, my personal pick, my favorite after many years of being tortured by using VLC media player on my Mac. The app is called Media Player and it was built natively for your MacBook, so there is more efficiency and more battery savings when compared to the former. It also has amazing customization options and the option to preload your subtitles that you need so much into the video player due to an inbuilt API connection with opensubtitles.org as well as MKV support. It also has picture-in-picture mode and those tools you know and love, those keyboard shortcuts, the seats to crop the aspect ratio, the ones for adjusting the subtitle delay, the audio delay, you know, stuff you could do with VLC. You can do most of that with the keyboard shortcuts also on Media Player. When you try to seek on the timeline of a video in Media Player, it shows you a thumbnail rather than the boring timestamp that you get on VLC. So you can actually scrub your timelines and find where you're looking for very much effectively with Media Player. And thanks to its native support, it doesn't really stress the MacBook while doing all that. There is one downside though. The app is not entirely free. Not exactly though. The second app is quite unexpected. It's an app that lets you manage your open desktop windows when you have so many of them either on a monitor or on your MacBook itself. Window tiling was actually introduced on macOS 15 as a feature, but it's very annoying to even enable it. You have to hold the option key and then manually use a trackpad or your mouse and drag the window to the corner you want it to be, and then you have to make sure it's well dragged to the corner or else it's going to still like resize in the wrong way. It's just so complicated. If Apple was going to copy this from the rectangle app, which I'm about to introduce, they should have done this the right way with the keyboard shortcut, not by holding the option key and dragging it. That doesn't just work. With the rectangle app, of course, like I just said, you can use keyboard shortcuts to trigger it to resize the way you want it to. There is the command and option with UIJK. There's also command and option with the two sideways arrows to either take it to the left or right. It's very easy and like instant. The third app is about your battery. I won't lie, this is one of the best apps I came across all of 2024. Personal opinion though, I feel like this app can give you up to like 2 extra years out of the battery on your MacBook. Look at something. On the iPhone 15 and later, we have that inbuilt battery option to like limit your charging level between 80, 85, 90, 95. And we don't have that on the Mac. No Mac has that option. But now, on this app called iHaadi or iDent, whichever pronunciation it is, the app lets you do exactly that on your Mac with more. You can prevent it from charging past a certain level. You can even make your MacBook be plugged in and not charge. You can even make it be plugged in and drain itself to a level you want it to be without having to touch your charging cable. So for those of you that use your Macs plugged in 247 and you worry about battery degradation, with this app called iDent, you don't have to worry so much. You can even do so much with the free version of the app. That's right, it's a paid app, but with the free version, which I currently use, you won't even feel like you're losing anything. Honestly, you really need to have this app. It's a no-brainer, just like the fourth app also is. What can't we deal with on macOS by default, apart from those annoying .mkv files? That's right, .rar archives. But thanks to the app called WinZip, we can now effectively extract our .rar files without stressing ourselves. I've had this app for a couple years. I've talked about it in other Mac app videos. I'm here to tell you guys again, if you don't have that app, it's high time you got the app. WinZip, it's the best extractor for RAR archives. So at this point, if you aren't still convinced to click my subscribe button, perhaps the next app will convince you to do that. Now imagine a situation where you have a little pocket dimension on your MacBook desktop that lets you, store stuff within it, and then take that whole container to like where you want to, your destination essentially, where you want to deliver those stuff you pack together, and then deliver it at once. Actually, stop imagining. Experience it directly with an app called Dropover. Dropover is a paid app. It's on the App Store on Mac. You have to pay for it, unfortunately, but it's just so good I have to talk about it. It does exactly what I just said. It has a little space where you can keep all your files and whatever you are dragging into it, and then take it all at once and dump in any directory, so it makes file management less of a hassle. One thing that messes with the aesthetic look of most of your macOS desktop arrangements is a cluttered menu bar. We can actually declutter it with an app called Bartender. Bartender keeps the funny looking menu bar icons you have, because most of these apps I'm telling you about, when you use them, you would have funny menu bar icons always showing your menu bar, and they will cause clutter. So Bartender keeps them away until you need to actually access those icons to maybe quit the app or something. It's an app I also talked about in the last 2 videos about best macOS apps, and it still keeps up high in my list up to this day. Finally, we have an app to handle those downloads that you guys do a lot on your MacBooks. Now I'm sure you're like me, you are also frustrated with all these Chromium browsers and even Safari sometimes that just can't handle downloads. Even when you have an active internet connection, they just begin to cancel downloads for absolutely no good reason. You could just have a little hiccup in your latency, and then you just see download timed out or download failed, something annoying. Another scenario is where you are downloading something and then you accidentally pause it, or even deliberately pause it, and then you try to resume the download back, but then it fails instantly. Chrome is very fond of that annoying behavior. With Neat Download Manager, you would have less trouble with all this stuff. All you need to do is get the Neat Download Manager app on your MacBook, and also get the browser extension. Obviously it doesn't work on Safari, but you can get it on Chromium browsers majorly. It also works on Firefox though. So with that, you can divert downloads from your browser to Neat Download Manager and let Neat Download Manager handle it. And pausing and resuming downloads is very easy. You can also do simultaneous downloads. You can also easily get information about the speed and the metrics involved with your download. These apps I just mentioned will make your everyday macOS experience and life much easier than ever before. But there is more on productivity. Apps I use to get stuff done, especially as a YouTuber, the kind of apps I use to make my life easier. And you see that if you are subbed to the channel, just like you also have a good year this year, 2025.